As always, spoiler warning, 2 seconds to leave the video if you have not been caught up yet. Now, this was a pretty decent episode. At first, when Diggle discovered that his brother's still alive, and he immediately, he's immediately jumping to conclusions that, that he's wrong for that, that it was all his doing, that it was all within his control and whatnot. And even after him and Oliver discovered that Damien Dark has been giving them these little weird pills that puts people under his influence and whatnot, and under his command, and including him, and he's still criticizing him, for something he feels that he has control over. I mean, at least that's what it seems like to me, anyway. And yeah, that's what it's been. It's like basically Diggle's episode in a way, and him confronting his I don't want to say demons, but I guess demons, because that's a pretty big loss for him. When he lost his brother and he had to tell his brother's family that that he died. That was one of his darkest moments, as he addressed. And Oliver is trying to give him give him some inspiration, like maybe there's more to it than what you think. And when they finally they catch him, and then he's apprehended, and he confronts him, and he wanted to see if what it says on that file is true. Like like, for all we know, he could have been, like, before I even get to that, I mean, he could have been under Damien, under Damien Dark's influence that entire time. Eating, taking those little magical pills or whatever, out against his will. We don't know that, but when he confronts him, and then he turns around and he tells him, like, it's all true. Every single detail in that file is true. So does that mean that he's been doing that out of his own free will? Before, I don't know. I mean, before these pills came about. Like, wow. I mean, like, that's crazy. That shows us that Diggle was, I guess it's safe to say that Diggle was right about his brother all along. And that must have been hard for him to deal with. That must have been hard for him to to get that confirmation from his brother. And I mean, this episode was not really great, but it wasn't terrible either. It was just an okay episode. And trying to think of anything that happened in this episode that I needed to point out, because not a lot happened, in my opinion, other than with Diggle and his brother. Oh, and so Damien Dark gets meets Oliver Queen. Well, as Oliver Queen, they meet for the first time, and right away they become they become the least of friends. So yeah, and it's pretty I think and I'm glad that he and I'm glad Oliver did not take the route that he was gonna jump into, like, I'm gonna be the next inside man, and whatnot, and then just take this dude on from the inside and whatnot. Last season you tried that, and that basically nearly put everyone at risk, and it put your brotherhood, with Diggle at, high stakes. So, you figured you would have learned your lesson the first time, but I mean, I'm glad that he he snapped out of that, and then he backed down from that ridiculous idea. But yeah, I give this episode maybe a 7 minus out of 110, or maybe a solid 7. Yeah, a solid 7, because it wasn't a terrible episode, but it wasn't great either. But I guess we're gonna have a week off, from this and The Flash, and when we come, I guess the following week, my birthday week, the 2-episode crossover event. Oh, I cannot get more excited. Oh my gosh. And I think I'm just gonna, I wouldn't consider this off topic. I mean, it's in the same universe, but with the Flash, I felt really silly for not realizing that was Hawkgirl, or remembering Hawkgirl, because she was in the season finale. She saw the the portal open up, the wormhole. Like, she's looking up there and like that, and and then we see her again, and she has a job at the coffee place, and then I mean like, Blasian, get it together. I mean, we only saw her very briefly in that season finale, but I figured Earth's one Hawkgirl would be at least happily engaged with Hawkman. That's what I thought anyway. I mean, I don't know too much about Hawkman and Hawkgirl. I mean, like, I know there's probably a few different incarnations, and maybe in this incarnation they have not met, and they've taken on the same mantle, but they haven't met before. I mean, like, that just seems a little off to me. I mean, like, you figured they would have made more sense if they've taken on the mantle together. But that's just me personally. But I mean, there is Earth 1 and Earth 2, so I mean, like, a lot of things are different. So looking forward to seeing the 2-episode crossover event. Oh, I cannot wait! So if you liked my review of this episode of Arrow, thumb up the video, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe for more awesome videos to come. Until next time, Nerdy Blasian signing out. Peace out, guys.